Okay, because they have like Spider-Man swings by to explain some stuff, and then Thor does. And Spider-Man hath forgotten to tell thee, the third vanishing point on yon top illustration doth not go to the horizon, whilst the first and second vanishing points do go to the horizon.
Thor, I'm trying to learn to draw here. I don't have time for your mishmash
I
talk.
don't get it.
God.
Alright, I think I can do some more copy for the planet. No, planet. The comic. If you like your... Shit, nope. If you like your Western fronts all quiet, and your Johnnies who have already gotten their gun, then you'll love Over the Top Tales #1, available at indieplanet.com/front/product/126499, or details at theslimjames.com. Get it sometime. Hello and welcome to the WIP, the What If podcast that's a work in progress. I'm your host, according to Jim, the Slim James, joined by my co-hosts. It's Married with Children, the franchise, and My Wife and Kids, Andrew the Giant.
Not your best.
I thought you were my wife
married
with
with
kids.
children before.
Yeah, I thought you were married with children before.
Well, I can't. More family sitcoms than it's.
Okay, so as long as we're not
Family
the same
Matters.
ones as we were before,
Yeah.
it's different.
It's Family Matters, the franchise.
Step by step.
Full House.
That no, Mom's Dead. That's not a. The whole point of this is that I was talking about marriage today, so it's got to be married
Oh, yeah.
and kids, not widowed and children. Come on.
Oh.
Despite Ted Bundy's best wishes. Wait, Al Bundy's. So I can just talk to you about stuff. 'Cause, per the whole marriage theme, Andrew's got to go take care of the kid. So, kids these days, always needing their parents. Marvel movies.
Yes.
First off, just a little tidbits, nothing too big. 3 in 2020. Machine Man trilogy, perhaps?
Well, they'll be easy to see, I guess.
Whoa! But yeah, so I'm thinking a 1-year Machine Man trilogy, He meets Iron Man 2020.
So they haven't released what the movies are. They just said there's going to be 3
Yes.
in 2020. Oh, okay.
It's gonna be 3.
So I'm guessing an Avengers.
Well, could be post
No.
Infinity Gauntlet, so this could be the
2000.
Brave New World.
2019 is already part 2.
Yeah,
Infinity. So this might be like
Well,
the new
that's-
Avengers.
yeah, or it was Brave New World. So
yeah, start of phase 8.
yeah,
Whatever
Spinterminch
they're
2, the spidering.
Arachnophobia.
Electro Boogaloo.
Yep.
Exactly, there it is. But in other Marvel movie news, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Sort of an awkward name because it's just like, here are 2 characters.
What's that movie about? Who's in that movie?
Ant-Man and his white Anglo-Saxon Protestant racist wife. But yeah, so a female hero gets some shine in a title role. But guess what? That pushes back Captain Marvel, who was supposed to be the first female solo heroine movie.
Yeah, but I see them throwing that around, but what about Elektra?
That doesn't
She's
count.
not a
not?
hero. She's an anti-hero.
True, and it's Fox, not Marvel. So,
But Ronda Rousey
So it
is
doesn't
Captain
count.
Marvel, right?
yeah. Well, do you think Daredevil
Possible.
counts?
Huh?
Do you think Daredevil with Ben Affleck counts?
It's a Marvel superhero movie.
I guess. But they don't want that to count because it's Elektra. Come on.
Yeah.
It's Elektra.
Don't worry about
Boogie woogie woogie.
Yeah, her Elektra slide. Finishing move.
Yeah.
But then, they're bumping Black Panther forward, and that doesn't matter. Whatever.
Yeah, they moved a bunch of stuff around.
Yeah, so there it is.
Because Ant-Man and the Wasp was not on the original
Planned.
thing.
But then, it wasn't a flop, so obviously they're just going to make at least 2, if not 3 of them.
Yeah.
Might as well. Just
So yeah,
run
so
everything
2020, we get Giant Man the movie. Giant Michael Douglas terrorizing San Francisco.
Honey, I blew up the kids type sort of thing.
Yes.
I blew up Michael Douglas.
Other Marvel stuff. Jessica Jones, so purple.
Yes.
Yeah.
So much purple.
The
Did you see it?
I've seen some
yeah
of
the trailers.
The newest one.
No, I haven't seen Trav. I've only seen the photos.
Yeah, Purple Man.
Yeah.
Oh, is he actually purple?
Yes.
Because in the photos, he's just wearing a lot of purple.
I don't. His eyes are purple.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell because it's on she has like a newspaper collage of stuff on the wall, and then it shows his face appears on that. So it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to tell if he's actually purple. But his eyes are purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
you know
he-
who it is.
he's probably gonna be purple.
Yeah.
They're pretty
He's
faithful
gotta
about
be.
that type of stuff.
I mean, it's Purple Man.
Not purple-eyed man.
Yeah, and it's not purple wearing man. But
Sharp dressed
yeah.
man.
So
It'd be interesting to see how dark they really go with that.
yeah,
Yes.
purple man could get dark.
Deep purple. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, yeah. How
dark
deep? How
shade.
deep and dark?
The shade
Plum.
of purple. You mean?
But on the other hand, it sort of shows a little more lightheartedness because the two trailers they had before that, she's just like struggling to get out of bed and smashing an alarm
Yeah.
clock and like at a bar being all Terminator 1-ish or whatever.
Well, I wonder is she going to do that scene too? Because I have some of the Alias books,
Uh-huh.
and like she gets really drunk and lets Luke Cage do butt stuff.
There it
That's
is.
like 4
Oh.
pages.
Seriously?
Yeah, or at least it's very heavily implied.
There it
that's
is.
What happens, and then
That's
like
butt stuff?
there's another scene, and maybe Paul Rudd will stop by because she actually has a relationship with Scott Lang,
Uh-huh.
and it shows them, copulating,
Uh-huh.
and then she's like, "Can we just stop?"
I'm bored.
Yeah, pretty much. That's it. So,
Well, if he shrank down to ant size though and crawled in there,
that happened in Avengers. Like I have it from the '90s where it was Hank Pym shrunk down and was inside the Wasp, and then he like grows to full size and he's just dripping.
Wow,
he's
he's
like, "Your
inside
turn."
her? Full size.
good lord, the things here. I need to pick out some of this Alias. Apparently,
Yeah, well, it was the first like Max line. Ever
it should be
coming out of
Max with
Marvel.
3 X's at the end. Good lord. But yeah, so I was thinking it might be a little more lighthearted because she's like a private eye, so she's got wacky cases.
Right.
But then it's gonna get super dark because Purple Man mind rapes her and makes her a
Right.
sex slave or some stuff. So wackiness.
Oh, wacky. And Kevin Feige?
Fidge.
Phage?
Fail.
Yeah, that guy. The guy.
Yeah.
He
Mr.
said
Marbles.
that they those characters from the Netflix thing
Yeah.
will be used in
The movie.
movies.
Yeah. Well, I figure in the Civil War, that's prime for them to at least
Cameo.
do passing mention or cameos.
And like I said before, most of the people that they've got are movie caliber
yeah.
actors on
Yeah.
the Netflix show, so it'll be a pretty easy transition for them to go to a movie.
Yeah, the guy from Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
He was already in movies.
That's right.
David Tennant.
Yeah, so there was a tie-in comic that they put out for free on Comixology, at least. That's where I got it.
An Italian comic?
A tie-in
Oh, I
comic.
thought you said Italian. That's useless.
It's me, Jessica Jones.
Giuseppe Jones.
Yeah. It's got art by Michael Gaydos,
Yeah.
who was the same guy who, like, I was talking about previous to recording.
Uh-huh.
With he's like Mr. Jessica Jones.
Right.
He did the What If too. So,
Sort
and that
of blobby looking coloring almost.
yeah, a lot of heavy shadows and thick lines, and but it hints at a Daredevil tie-in because she's shaking down a guy, and he's like, "Yeah, Daredevil fucked me up." And he's like, "Daredevil?" But then she's like stealing from this drug lord to give back to his baby's mamas. It's a little bit racist, but like also like it's one of those things where is it racist or is it being true to the real nature of life? Do you want to whitewash it too? It's
Yeah.
it's just tricky business.
Yeah.
But yeah, so probably at least some Daredevil illusions, if not straight up cameo of him beating up thugs. So just be prepared for a lot of yeah flashes.
Yeah.
And that's your Daredevil cameo. Not him talking all low and hey, can I do butt stuff?
Luke Cage doesn't
I-
need to ask.
I can't. I can't see which one.
Which
It was an accident. I swear. I'm blind.
I'm blind.
But yeah. So moving on to Shield's back.
Yep.
Did you see the second episode? We missed it because of trivia, but I watched it.
Oh no, I haven't seen
I
it.
have
Alright.
also seen it.
Yeah. Are you okay with just a minor
Yeah,
spoiler?
I'm-
Guess what? Nobody dies.
Ah!
So, yeah, it's. I'd say it's pretty good. The whole Fitz and Simmons is trapped. Yeah, Fitz.
You hear that?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
and
What-
Jama.
Wait, is she actually like yelling for Fitz in this strange world?
Yes.
Yes, and the first thing he says when he's in the strange world is Jama.
Oh, so he goes to the world?
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, but it gives him something to do,
Yell
instead of
to-
just being like wacky science backup nerd. He actually has a character.
So far, it's been very good.
Yeah. Sky's still the worst.
Davey.
Like, here's the thing, though. It's like, it's not anything that she's done this season. It's just a whole bunch of built-up ill will. Because she's, like, the chosen one. She's the John Cena. It's like, oh, my God, isn't Sky great? Isn't she great? Look how great she is. And she's a computer hacker. We don't talk about that much, but she is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's got magic. She's got magic powers now, so don't worry about it. I say that make the analogy. You probably wouldn't follow me, but she's the Jennifer Love Hewitt on Criminal Minds.
No.
Jennifer Love Hewitt showed up on Criminal Minds as the new cast member, and all the existing cast members that had been there for like 8 years, their characters are all like, "Oh man, look how great she is! Isn't she great? You're so strong and tough and stuff." And she's like, "Hey, it's just me. I'm just trying to be strong.
It's just me."
So, but yeah, it's sort of that thing where it's like, she's the focus, but everyone else is better. And good thing about the whole Fitzsimmons thing, Simmons missed about 0 episodes of S.H.I.E.L.D. because she was on at the very end of the first one, and she's back. No, she was at the end.
Oh yeah, she was in the first episode.
Yeah, at the very end. So no days off, Gemma Simmons.
Well, she might have got a day off. There was probably not a lot of shooting for her to do the whatever running around on that.
No, but I mean the character, the fact that like at the end of the season you're like, oh my God, she's dead. Oh, Simmons, the Fitz, heartbreak, and then don't worry about it because like at the end of the next episode she's back.
Yeah.
Essentially, or at least back on screen. So there's no mystery as to whether or not she's actually alive.
Yeah.
So that was a little underwhelming.
But where did she go?
Exactly. Adelon, Kree Homeworld, both 2 places that could be pretty blue. Da-ba-dee-da-ba-da.
It's probably that.
Yeah, like
Blubrry.
as I alluded
It's
to
all
on
Kree
our trivia night, it could be Adelon, but like on a different planet, not the moon, because that would be just sort of silly in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Or
There was,
Kree Homeworld.
Within the past couple days, I mean, there are rumors that the Inhumans project is no longer happening.
The movie.
Yeah.
Because they're doing so much.
Because of no, it was something to do with the guy that was the CEO of the television division of Marvel is no longer there because now Marvel CEO Kevin Feige answers directly to the Disney CEO.
Yeah.
So the Marvel TV guy is gone. It's all Disney stuff now. So that was the TV guy. His thing was to tie
his
in
baby.
the show with a movie. So now they don't know if they're going to do
I
that.
don't know. I actually wanted to see like an Inhuman movie.
Well, on Heroes, somebody mentions them as being inhuman. So you're gonna be a Heroes,
Inhumane. I think.
Heroes Marvel tie up,
Yeah, there it is.
tie in,
Yeah.
tie out.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that was another thing. They like got rid of this like weird cabal of creative people that was acted as an interlude between like Marvel and Marvel Studios and Disney.
Yeah.
And now it's the Feige Newton.
Yep, all by himself.
Yeah. So there'll be a little more. I don't know. It could be. Actually, I think we did mention that last time we recorded, but it could be either good or bad.
Yeah.
Because it could be like there's less comic influence and now it's going full movie, but then it could be like, oh well, they're having a unified vision and not have to answer to like a bunch of people.
You would think that with a unified vision, they wouldn't have so much stuff. Though they still have 20 movies coming out in the next 5 years.
Yeah, I think that's more of a just marketing machine. We need characters to make toys and comics and just so you get all the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Other S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff. Kind of dreading the Mockingbird and British Guy spinoff.
Yeah.
Like it could be
That's
okay.
Completely unnecessary. No.
Yeah, it's going to be completely unnecessary
unnecessary.
because it's going to be just like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because they'll be like hunting down Hydra essentially is where it's looking like where it's pointing.
And they're all going to tie. It's going to tie in with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, so
it's going to go. So Agents of
just a
S.H.I.E.L.D. is
loop.
on at 8,
Uh-huh.
and then that one will be on at 9. So it will essentially be a 2-hour.
I'm sure they're going to do
Agents
ones
of
like
S.H.I.E.L.D.
part 1 is in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Part 2 is in...
Yeah, every fucking week
Or-
they're going to do that.
That's
Yeah.
the only way people will
Like-
watch it.
Yeah, so like
Yeah,
it might
you
not
have
be.
to see what happens. You have to watch this other garbage show.
Yeah, it's like I know it probably won't be maybe bad, but just completely superfluous. I don't know if I could listen to Adrian Palacki, Jonathan Lipnicki, Mockingbird for entire episodes at a time.
Yeah.
Because she's got a little bit of the, like, hey, I'm so great. And like, you're okay. But it's like, just...
You're Mockingbird. I mean, let's be honest.
Where's your hitting sticks?
She was Wonder Woman, too. Remember on that show?
The pilot that never existed.
The pilot came out, but then quickly got canceled.
That bridges the gap. Bobby and Hunter, they're kind of married, or were, or they're not, and now they are, or they weren't. They weren't, and now they are.
Either kissing.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, the recording schedule has been hectic the past few months because I've been getting married. Had to concentrate on the wedding stuff, such is life. As a man who's been married for several weeks, I've just got this piece of sage advice. Don't be like a sitcom dad. Like, you can't hide stuff from your wife and then try to cover it up with wacky consequences. Because there's no audience there to do laugh tracks. It's just like tension and heartbreak.
Has this happened?
No.
Oh, all right, 7 weeks in.
No. Not even. It hasn't even been a month.
What did you say?
Several weeks.
Oh, 7.
God, are you deaf?
You were there.
I was there.
But yeah,
For the
so
whole time.
so like, don't be like according to Jim Belushi. It's like
You definitely don't.
yeah, you can't like try to make it to Topanga's birthday party and Vader's big match at the same time.
Yes, you can. You just need a hat that you're inevitably going to wear at the wrong place.
Well, then you pretend that you're sick and put a pile of pillows in the bed with a tape recorder.
It's hooked up to a pulley so it moves.
How long was that match with Vader and Jake the Snake Roberts that he could go back and forth the arena?
Well, unless the party was outside the arena.
We're all married men here. Any sage advice?
Nope.
Because I know you come to your comic book podcast for marriage advice.
Yeah. No.
All right. Mine is just be forthright, So you can't be like, I didn't, and then scramble to cover your ass, and then,
hopefully, I mean, sure, you can jump into it after a month of dating, but most people have been dating for a while, so you know what to expect anyway. Nothing has really changed for me.
Yeah, I'm saying, like,
I'm wearing a ring now.
I've lived with the wife since 6 months after we started dating, so
Yeah.
it's been a while.
How many podcasts have we not said that?
I was going to do Been a While at the beginning, and then I was going to do Guess Who Just Got Back in Town Today, those wild-eyed boys that have been away, but I forgot instead.
Instead, I forgot.
Yeah. But, there's been famous marriages in comics.
Yep.
Fister-Mantastic and the Invisible Woman. They were one of the first event weddings in comics, because they didn't start out married.
Right.
They were like, I think they might have been fiancés when they were... And then they got married and like
they
so.
Were fianced.
Oh my God, crossover! Oh my God, there's Thor and stuff. Wacky.
Everyone's here.
Mm-hmm. Lois Lane and Superman. It took them till the '90s to actually get married.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Living in sin.
Hitting it on the side. Well, I blame Terry Hatcher and Dean Cain.
Oh yeah.
With their Lewis and Clark, The New Adventures of Pocahontas.
Yeah. Savagery was there too.
Yeah. And then Jean Grey and Cyclops. But I had the... Because that always ends poorly. It's ended poorly, I feel like, 3 different ways or so.
Yeah.
So much Phoenix Force.
Yeah.
And then Cyclops going a little bit nuts and then banging out Emma Frost and killing Professor X and then, Cyclops... Oh. He's had a rough decade or so.
Yeah, he's just not doing it anymore.
He's got his weird X visor now. Like, it looks cool, but how is that functional?
Does it shoot an X?
I don't know.
And plus, like, it crosses down here, so it's only a very limited eyesight there.
Yeah,
Even less so with a regular horizontal visor.
Yeah. Point is that another famous comic book marriage, Spider-Man and Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Luke Cage and Jessica Jones.
Get up! Now let's get married, blast it! Begin the ceremony!
Dearly,
Get on with it!
do you take Mary Jane Watson to be your wedded wife?
I do!
Do you take this man to be your wedded husband?
She does!
I don't have time for this. I've got to get inside.
Hurry, Spider.
The coast is clear for you to get inside now. And Spider, it was nice working with you again.
Get on with it! Then I now pronounce you...
Let them go, Harry.
Never! Stay back, or I'll blow this place sky high!
Harry, if you really love Mary Jane, you must let her go.
Oh, really? Suppose I'd rather destroy her than see her in the arms of my arch enemy.
Harry, you think you know who your enemies are, but aren't you forgetting who your friends are?
Liz?
Deep down, you must know that you and Mary Jane aren't meant to be. She loves Peter, but that doesn't mean that she won't always be your friend.
No! You're confusing me. The Green Goblin is my only friend.
You're wrong, Harry. I'm your friend. And I was hoping that someday we'd be more than friends. I love you, Harry.
You love me?
Yes. But if we're to have a future together, then it has to begin now.
Someone loves me. Oh, take me back to Ravencroft, Liz. I'm not well, you know, and I hate weddings anyway.
I guess. Were they married?
Yeah,
okay.
they're married.
But yeah, Spintermensch and Mary Jench.
I just can't believe it ended this way.
Yeah, I guess you'd probably like to go home and...
No way. I'm late enough for my wedding as it is.
Are you all right? Yes, I am. Spider-Man, could you go get Peter for me so we can get married? Finally?
The ring, please.
Oh, Peter, it's so beautiful.
I'll skip the for better or worse part, since we've been through that already. So I now pronounce you husband and wife.
At the time, Spider-Man was a swinging bachelor, banging out the black cat and having trouble paying his rent.
Yeah.
All the good stuff you want for a guy in his mid-20s. Then Marvel decided it was time for an event. You know, like I think I remember reading somewhere that it was kind of arbitrary that like actually you're gonna get back together with Mary Jane and marry her because we need a big event. It might have coincided with like the 25th anniversary or something like that. But yeah, so he married Mary Jane instead. It was like, oh, we'll get back together and let's get married.
Awesome.
So all that other storyline you were worried about, don't worry about it. Nah. Yeah, but it was reenacted with live actors at Shea Stadium.
No.
What? Who was that for?
When?
When it happened. It was all part of a big event.
So it wasn't even like internet age where it could have been posted and shared with anyone else.
Nah.
Video recorded.
Like in the newspaper.
Oh man.
So yeah, but who was that for? Baseball fans? Comic book fans?
Was it at a baseball game?
I mean,
Or
I think
so. Did they just rent out the stadium
Yeah.
just for that?
I don't think it was that. So it's like, I have to throw the first pitch.
At half-
Spider-Man.
Halftime at the baseball game. They did that, right?
Yeah, 4.5 inning stretch.
Yep.
So yeah, Mary Jane's dress was designed by Willie Smith, not Will Smith.
Big Willie Smith.
Big Willie Styles all in it though.
Well, speaking of Big Will Smith, he's got a new album coming out soon.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing like, oh yeah, he's been on a song for the first time in decades.
Yeah.
Like,
He said he's got like 30 songs.
it's the comeback nobody's been demanding.
Yep.
But yeah, so actually the whole thing about Willie Smith, like it's in the What If comic we read. Like they won't shut up about it. They're just riding that for.
Who is that?
Some
Are
designer.
we supposed to know who that
I don't know,
is?
some designer.
Are
Like,
comic book enthusiasts supposed to know who that is?
no,
Like-
but it's a big deal because he's a famous designer, huh?
So they asked him, hey, can you draw a wedding dress for a comic book character?
Pretty much.
Yes, finally!
We'll give you money.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
But, this wedding, it was a big event, and it bigger than they might have perceived, because in many ways, it was the end of the original Spider-Man. Spider-Man sort of defined as, like, his youthful innocence. Well, he's lost his innocence when Uncle Ben died, but, like, he struggles to pay the bills.
Yeah.
He struggles with school.
He never grows up.
Yeah, he's a young kid struggling with real problems. And when he gets married, that, like, the problems don't necessarily go away, but it's more, married dad problems. And he's that youthful innocence goes away because he's a married man now. He's a man. So in essence, like Spider-Man getting married is sort of the series finale of original Spider-Man because like
And that's where it ended.
if you follow this, yeah,
Spider-Man's done.
if you follow the story arc, he starts out as a young teenage kid, sort of grows up, has a crush on Gwen Stacy, she dies,
Oh, spoiler alert.
decides to like also has a thing with Mary Jane, like has a girlfriend, they're sort of on and off. But then it ends with him getting married. But guess what? This is comic books, so it just keeps going.
Yeah. Now he has those wacky adventures where he has to try and be at 2 places at once.
Whoa! Try to make Mary Jane's birthday party and Vinny's wrestling match. So married Spider-Man gives way to like Mary Jane having a miscarriage. The whole clone saga thing sort of brought on that. It was like, oh my god, I'm not the real Peter Parker. And so like it was all a bunch of heavy crap that like, wasn't really the Spider-Man we all fell in love with, the youthful, happy-go-lucky
It
guy.
also led to that almost a what if tale, like in the future where Mary Jane dies because of all his radioactive sperm. You never read that story?
Was that in Ruins? No, Ruins.
It wasn't Ruins. It was something else though, like that.
Uh-huh.
A one-off sort of story in the future.
Yeah.
So they're having lots of unprotected sex, and he's just letting it loose inside.
That could be on the outside too,
Radioactivity.
I guess maybe just being around it.
Yeah.
In any capacity.
Yeah, from the window to the walls. Until radioactive
Is
goop
it
goes
just
down
the
my butt.
sperm that transfers the radiation?
I don't know. I think it was like all his bodily
if she's
fluids.
if he's spitting her mouth a lot.
Which he did.
Then
peed on her.
He would just be emitting radiation.
All the time.
Yeah.
Everyone around.
Unless when,
But that's just
when
like
the sperm touches the air.
That's like a heavy dose though, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's heavy.
Uh-huh.
Dose with a capital D.
But yeah, so like, we had Spider-Man Married Man, and that actually lasted for
Like that series.
20 years.
Spider-Man Married Man.
Till just recent. Well, not
Yeah,
recently,
relatively
but
recently, past like
Decade.
10 years or whatever. The One More Day event. Mary Jane and Pete sacrificed their marriage to Mephisto to save Aunt May.
What
Because
does that mean?
I don't build.
Okay, so it was post-Civil War when Spider-Man's identity was out there.
Uh-huh.
The Kingpin hired a guy to shoot Mary Jane or Aunt May. Like, he just wanted them both dead. Typical.
And or.
Either one, he would have been happy. And he ended up shooting Aunt May. Aunt May's lying there dying, and Spider-Man's going everywhere to try and save her, and no one can help. Not Mr. Fantastic, not Doctor Strange.
So he's dragging Aunt May.
Yeah, in the street, just swinging around.
Well, yeah, I watched a video about it too. Like, he begged Tony Stark for money. And
Yeah.
Tony Stark's like, no. And then actually he's like, just kidding. Here's some money.
But then eventually he stumbles upon Mephisto. I don't remember how.
Yeah, well, I watched a video that
stumble
explained
upon
this.
him?
Well, no, it's
park.
basically it turns out like even with money to pay her medical bills, like they can't revive her. She's like a vegetable, which like yeah, bummer, but she's like really old too.
Really
like,
old.
C'est la vie. But
How many times has she almost died and Peter's had to save her?
yeah, I feel like
One
she.
less thing to worry
I
about.
feel like she did die, and like he brought her soul back from
Yes.
the dead,
Yes.
and like put it in a more youthful body. Get the Jackal to clone you some hot Aunt May, and
Put her in like a robot body. We can do that.
uh-huh.
In the comics.
Yeah.
Can't really do that.
But yeah, so basically it boils down to that. So then Peter Parker's sad. He talks to the one above all, which is Super God.
Yeah.
Even
above
bigger than
the living tribunal.
above the Celestials, above eternity.
Yeah.
He's Jack Kirby essentially.
He's the one above all.
Is
Yeah.
it the highest? Is that the highest it goes?
Yes.
There's no one above the one above
Yeah.
all.
Could be.
No, then he wouldn't be above all.
And then
Above all, except for this other guy that's above it.
well, Stan Lee. Stan Lee comes down.
His
Stan
kid,
Lee.
yeah, well, that's just Stan Lee.
Yeah.
That's the character in the comic books.
And basically he's like, don't worry about it. And then Peter Parker finds a kid, and then he finds like two or three alternate versions of himself that shows like wonderful life, what it would have been like if he had never been Spider-Man. He was either a fat video game programmer or a totally awesome gadget designer. He replaced Tony Stark, essentially, rich playboy. And so Mephisto was like, ooh, I don't know what the point of those were, but then he's like, ooh, if you give me your love between you and Mary Jane, I'll feast upon it, and then I'll make it so you two were never married, but then I'll save Aunt May. And he's like, okay. It's like, but they kind of know. There's a little bit that they know that they were married at one point, so that they have sorrow, so that Mephisto can feed upon it.
And he also took away the fact that everyone knew his secret identity.
Yes.
At that point. He was like, "Oh, I'll also make it so everyone forgets who you are
for free."
Yeah. So, and they don't really worry about the butterfly effect all the stuff would have. They just rewrite Spider-Man, and the rest of the Marvel Universe is unaffected, except that they go, "Who's Spider-Man?
Who is that guy?"
Yeah, but that's like awful because it's like it's bad. Like, okay, they wanted Mary Jane to stay alive, but also Peter Parker to be single and not a divorcee, which because they've already killed off plenty of people in Peter Parker's life. I guess killing off another one. But this whole thing where it's like, hey, those past 20 years of comic books you read, just kidding, didn't happen, not real.
They could have done it better, and it was everyone hated it when it came out.
Yeah, I mean, and it's one of those things because it's like where it's like a very like comic booky, like you don't have a good way out of this, so you just
the devil
use your pen and just alter reality, And
they could have killed her off. I mean, how many wives have like Daredevil or Wolverine lost in the course of their lives?
Yeah,
all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why even just let Aunt May die?
I know, she's old.
Doesn't say too much about your love for Mary Jane, the girl that he's loved forever, but I guess he's loved Aunt May forever too.
Yeah, I mean, just wheat cake.
She's gonna die sometime.
She has to.
They should have just made it Alanis Morissette style, and then she dies the next day. Like, I'm back.
Pills.
But instead of saying, what if Spider-Man had not married Mary Jane? What if Spider-Man had not married Mary Jane? It's what if Volume 2, Issue 20. What if Spider-Man had not married Mary Jane?
Looks like she's leaving him for his villains on the cover.
Yeah.
Why are they at the wedding?
It's a terrible guest list. Well, they argued about the guest list so much. And then...
Yeah, but they're on her side.
Yeah, well, she wanted to invite them, and he's like, "That's a terrible idea." Well, how do you even know Kraven the Hunter? But yeah, so basically the alteration in this reality is Spider-Man is a second slower saving Mary Jane from a spider slayer. So she gets hurt. Not killed, just hurt. So this causes old P to get cold feet about putting her in harm's way for the rest of her life as his wife. So she understands, but it's sad. And he still like leaves her at the altar though.
Yeah, I like that.
That was his idea?
Yeah.
Even though, so they went all the way up to the altar, and then he said, "No, just kidding."
Yeah, he went as Peter Parker because it's hard for him to like. I don't know why he didn't discuss it earlier.
He just kept going with it.
Yeah.
Just get.
We're waiting for the last possible moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
so,
I can't do this.
And just because you're not married doesn't mean that bad guys can't go after her.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can only go. That's
Well,
a rule that villains have. We can only go after it if it's the actual family.
Well, the whole
if you're married, then
yeah,
fair game.
His public identity wasn't known at this point, so it wasn't as big of an issue. But he's like, "Oh, if it ever did," and it's also just like collateral damage being around Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's like, "Spider-Man, you forgot your lunch." And, "Oh, thanks, Mary Jane," and then Electro. So she understands, but it's sad. Spider-Man is obviously frustrated by the whole situation. So he gets his mad on, and he explodes with frustration as he battles crime. He does like a super split and kicks two guys at once. He's like, "Hop-ya!" He eventually joins Silver Sable's Wild Pack, which seems to be Silver Sable, Sandman, and Paladin, or as I like to call him, Paladin, who's a combination of Purple Man and an umpire.
Yeah, Paladin is probably my favorite non-powered mercenary in the Marvel Universe.
I do love his sassy purple jumpsuit.
Right? Just purple everything. Purple bulletproof vest, purple boots, purple gloves.
Purple bulletproof helmet.
Purple sort of constrictor type on the helmet.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a little bit like Constrictor's lame brother. Oh, I can do stuff too. He's actually what a guy who would be a real-life quote-unquote superhero would be.
Yeah.
And wear a bunch of armor and just walk around with my gun. Although, yeah, real life superheroes are the worst. Because they don't even use guns or like they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna just yell at you until the police come." What are you doing?
No.
Why do you need to wear a cool outfit to do this? Just be a Johnny Do-Good or whatever.
Johnny Do-Good. Oh, Silver Sable.
Yeah, let's talk about Silver Sable. She's like a, I don't know. Is she hot? Is she not? I don't know. She wears the full jumpsuit that's like a little high-waisted, so that's a little bit 90s.
Well, it's sort of like Black Widow's old thing. And she's Russian. No, she's...
Like Skakovian or whatever.
Yeah, some satellite nation.
Yeah. Latveria's neighbor.
White hair, like Black Cat. Only
so she's like Black Cat meets Black Widow, but all white.
Because the blacks cancel each other out.
Yeah, and silver, I guess, but...
First issue lettered by Rick Parker.
Yeah.
I think we all have a copy of that.
Glimmering foil.
Do you have one signed, though?
No.
I do.
Not by the letterer.
He was very hesitant to do it.
Did I do this?
No, I said,
straight Urkel style.
Can you sign this for me? You just look, yeah, I guess so.
I can sign anything for you.
So yeah, Spider-Man channels his crime fighting to joining Silver Sable's Wild Pack. Him and Sandman put the differences behind them. But, he's still horny, so he writes Black Cat a letter.
Pam, hold my for a while.
As was the style at the time. And she comes back to him. And Pete can justify it to himself because she's a costume adventurer as well, so she can handle herself better than Mary Jane.
Business.
Exactly. They become a crime-fighting duo, and they take out, like, Electro, Venom, and Kraven. That's why they're on the front cover of the issue.
Why couldn't they just stay with the Power Pack?
The Wild Pack. Power Pack are small children.
Yep, same thing. It's something.
Yeah.
It's completely ridiculous. It's a pack of stuff.
Uh-huh.
They just decided to go off on their own.
Yeah.
I do like how it included Kraven's last hunt.
Yes.
So, like, Kraven was about to... Or he did kill Spider-Man.
Buried him alive.
Like
his shoes.
As the Undertaker would want.
Some hot.
Those look like women's shoes.
Women's moccasins or something?
Iron Fist booty. So
yeah, with that tie around your calf.
But yeah, so he's burying Spider-Man, and
Black Cat actually comes and saves him, stops Kraven.
Yep. So yeah, they're a good team. So Pete proposes to Black Cat. What do you just got out of a marriage because it was going to be a bad idea.
Yeah, but she's a superpowered.
So
horrible superpower, but superpowered.
Yeah, but why are you gonna get married?
I don't know, man. Black Cat's
I'm
one.
sure she would understand.
Yeah, she likes it on the side too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, speaking of butt stuff, like I'm sure, like she probably lets, more than like Mary Jane. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like you hear redheads are crazy, but the Black Cat,
she's.
Come on.
Certifiable.
She gets it in with the Wild Pack.
Hold on.
Gets sand in all the wrong places.
Oh God.
Spider-Man sneaked it in the ass.
Oh no.
So Mary Jane calls Peter's apartment, and Black Cat is having none of this. And she goes over to Mary Jane's place and is like, kiss the ring, bitch.
Yeah, Black Cat's a real bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Just storms over there. He left you at the altar, so stay there. And then
some of this
goes away.
And then, so a perp, a generic bad guy, overhears this and figures out who Spider-Man is because Black Cat's identity is publicly known. So, so it's like Black Cat's identity plus Mary Jane equals Spider-Man Peter Parker.
Oh.
We know it.
Yeah.
But who does he run to, or who does he call with this information? I mean...
Well, that's my ... for the question mark. Oh. It's Volume 2, Issue 21. What if Spider-Man had married the Black Cat? What? We open with Peter Palmer and Felina Harvey getting married in upstate New York. Is that legal, using, fake names on a marriage license?
How did they get a license? They didn't have to show any ID?
Yeah. Well, they just sort of scribbled Peter Palmer and stuff, so it's like...
So it's not real.
No.
Yeah.
It does not hold up in court.
Void.
No.
So it's like, and the whole thing that's, Black Cat's a free spirit. They clearly are going to have issues as a married couple because Peter Parker left Mary Jane in the first place over that. Why bother? Damn it, Pete.
Plus, she doesn't even like Peter Parker.
That's true. So she doesn't like Peter Parker.
She doesn't.
Spider-Man has switched back to his classic costume for no real reason. It just says, "Hey, I'm in this costume now."
She likes it better.
Yeah. But he tries to convince himself Black Cat will love Peter Parker. not just Spider-Man. You know, she likes me for me.
Yeah.
Not because I sling webs like Harvey Danger, or because I get a stranger. That's when you sit on your hand till it falls asleep and then masturbate.
Yeah.
I think we all know what a stranger is, all right? It's not like he's a Dutch rudder.
So, basically, all of this comes back around. They can't consummate their marriage on their wedding night because unless they're in costume,
Can't get it up.
They have to go crime fighting first. So that's a little bit of the Watchmen thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's straight allusions to Watchmen in this.
What if? Malin
Yeah. So then, like, they crime fight and then they go rub. Like, do you keep the suit on or like just the mask?
Hers is a full body thing, with pain in the ass to.
Spider-Man sneaked it in the ass.
Hello. So it turns out the perp from the end of the last issue stole the information to
the Vulture.
Oh my! That's why.
Like, really?
That's who you go.
Not the Kingpin.
No,
this huge, most powerful guy in New York City.
Yeah.
With money.
Dollar bill.
Let's go to this really old guy who always gets his ass kicked.
But he's got wings.
Kingpin got wings.
And that's why Vulture gets the creepy corner panel on the cover.
Oh.
Like that's pretty much, I think, the only time he's gotten that dubious honor.
Probably.
Usually goes to either Barcode Face.
Is worth a lot of money then.
Yeah. First appearance of Vulture on the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Vulture kills Aunt May almost. He sets a fire.
Useless.
Turns out Spider-Man saves her and vows revenge. And as he's about to kill the Vulture, Silver Sable shows up and stops him.
Is the power pack there too?
Oh, yeah. Spider-Man leaves the Black Cat and hangs out with Silver Sable and the Wild Pack because Black Cat was pissed that he was going to kill... No, he was pissed at Black Cat because...
blabbing her mouth.
Yeah, her mouth blabbing almost got Aunt May killed.
Plus, and you skipped this part because earlier she went home and she opened his mail and he got like a birthday card from Mary Jane and she flips out on him like, "What is this?" And he goes, "It's a birthday card. Please don't open my mail." Whoa, what the fuck? And she storms out. Like,
so yeah, you don't marry crazy.
No,
that's why she's got to be a side piece. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy's always on the side, dog. All right.
Racist.
Hey, anyone can have that voice.
That's racist for thinking that.
So yeah, so he hangs out with Silver Sable and the Wild Pack. Sparks fly with Silver Sable and Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. He needs to just calm the fuck down.
Spidey goes to try to talk to Mary Jane, but her new boyfriend, Brad, literally Brad, dissuades him from staying because he's like, "Hey, what was that? You were talking to Spider-Man?" He's like, and she's like, "No, that was just my answering machine." And he believes that.
So Brad is an idiot.
Yeah. Oh, your answering machine message is you talking to Spider-Man.
Well, maybe this the time of wacky answering machine messages.
It could be, you know. Nowadays, it's just you just say your name. It's like, "You have reached the voicemail of Jim."
Yeah, this is Jim.
Jim.
Jamma. Yeah, they leave their voicemail
for each other. Jamma.
You've reached the voicemail of Fitz. Jamma. Sandwich.
Yeah, he requested a sandwich.
Yeah,
that's the first thing he said to her.
Not from her.
Yeah. Yeah. So after all this, the Vulture is found dead in prison.
Good.
The Wild Pack suspects Spider-Man. Silver Sable's like, "Spider-Man, we told you not to." But it turns out it was the Black Cat. She was trying to make up for getting Aunt May killed.
Because she knows Spider-Man loves killing people.
That's kind of his thing.
Yeah. With great power comes great death, as the Undertaker would want.
Yeah.
So yeah, in a climaxy confrontation,
climaxes all over the place,
slinging that radioactive web, with Mary Jane, the Black Cat, and the Wild Pack, all of whom happen to find Spider-Man at the same time. Mary Jane falls from a building.
Oh no! Shades of Gwen Stacy.
Oh, what I'm saying, he had flashbacks when he was doing that.
Even though he was on the ground. Oh no!
Well, he catches her and her neck still snaps. Damn it! Every single time. So, in a climaxing confrontation with Mary Jane, Black Cat, and the Wild Pack, all of whom happen to stumble upon Spider-Man at the same time, Mary Jane falls from a building. Spider-Man catches her, but Paladin,
My pal
Aladdin.
yeah, my pal Aladdin, he shoots the Black Cat and kills her. And after he's like, whoops.
Isn't he a good guy?
Yeah, but it looked like she pushed Mary Jane off.
Yeah, there was some confusion. He's like, he shot first and asked questions. He didn't even ask questions. He's like, oh. And
it's hard to.
Yeah. Well,
she's dead now.
Silver Sable's like, Paladin. And he's like, yeah, well, my mercenary skills have saved you before, so I earned a freebie.
And she goes,
Yep,
sounds about right.
Yeah. So Mary Jane goes back to Brad, as Jill from Home Improvement would say.
Damn it, Brad.
Well, Spider-Man bangs Silver Sable.
Spider-Man sneaked it in the ass.
And she is with it. She's a mercenary. She owns her own country, her own mercenary pack. So they can live happily ever after.
Is it Mechestein or something?
Lactatia.
Yep.
Lactatia.
That's the one.
Yeah. So overall, this pair of issues I felt was surprisingly good. The story by David, I think, Fingerroth. I think he's done a couple other what ifs that we've spanning 2 issues, is long enough to breathe. Has a finite number of characters featured. It isn't like, oh, guess what, Captain Marvel's here too, and Quasar with some friggin' power cosmic blowing everything up.
Yeah.
And the Avengers are swinging by. The art by Jim Valentino, perfectly fine. Good shots of Spider-Man, and a few pages in particular in issue 21 standing out as something that was good to me. The subject matter is a little more human melodrama than super heroic world saving. It's relationship issues with Spider-Man, Mary Jane, and the Black Cat. So
Brad.
These are
Brad.
The fourth wheel, which despite what a car will tell you, in this case is completely superfluous.
Spider-Man's just going to be stalking Brad forever.
Exactly. Well, he pushes him off the building, and then, oh, I accidentally broke your neck.
Gloops.
I saved you, though. I tried.
Sorry, Mary Jane.
Yeah. So it's sort of a welcome change of pace from all the other what ifs, which are like, oh my god, the universe is exploding, everybody dies, and you get one death, but that's Spider-Man. The people he has sex with die.
Captain Stacy, Uncle Ben.
Spider-Man sneaked it in the ass.
He's been close to death a lot of times.
Yeah. The only downfall in this is that Spider-Man looks like a codependent dweeb throughout the entire story, bouncing from girl to girl, being like, love me, you should probably marry me now.
Right away.
Yeah.
He does have
Everybody
some...
keeps saying yes.
And he's meekly hoping the Black Cat will actually like him and not just want to have sex with Spider-Man.
Does Silver Sable know that he has recently...
Yeah, she knows.
Yeah, she
recently tried to marry Mary Jane and then married Black Cat?
Yeah, I think so, because she's a strong woman.
Spider-Man slings dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe there's something we don't know.
I mean, poor me. Black Cat wants to just have sex with me in my Spider-Man costume all the time. Life's so hard.
Is it cheating?
My supermodel girlfriend.
If Peter Parker is married to Silver Sable, but Spider-Man is banging Black Cat.
Yeah,
that wasn't me.
Yeah, but Silver Sable's gonna want Spider-Man too. Like, she'll be more accepting of Peter Parker.
Yeah, but you're not married to Spider-Man. You're married to Peter Parker.
There
Peter
you go.
Parker is all you get.
That's it.
Yeah. So on the plus side, though, this is Paladin's finest hour.
shooting Black Cat.
I mean, like, whoops.
Whoops.
Oh well.
I did it.
I got one, guys.
So in the subject of marriage in comic books,
it's not a good idea.
It can't end well. Somebody's gonna die.
Just like real life.
Super villains will attack the reception every time.
So in closing, I will remind you to follow us on Twitter at the Slim James or at giant_size, theslimjames.com, giantsizecomicthings.com. The WIP What If podcast is on iTunes, on Stitcher, on YouTube, and on Vimeo. So go out there and find us. And remember, don't spend the rest of your life asking, what if?
I think he thinks gay means being Spider-Man. I don't know how you would confuse those two things.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna make a joke about Daft Punk and the One More Time, or one more day. Music's got me feeling, Fisto's got me feeling so free. Wanna celebrate, sacrifice my whole wedding. One more day
to save Aunt May.
Did you say stopping for a second?
What?
Yeah.
No.
Some of this might stay, but a lot of it will get cut.
Do you guys want any water or coffee or beer?
I can take coffee.
I'm all good, thanks.
Need a little more energy for the Halloween spooktacular.
See this?
What?
Goodwill.
I got an Iron Man costume shirt.
Goodwill?
Bad Will. An Iron Man one?
Yeah.
Nice.
We should wear them together.
Cream and sugar and...
Premature?
Yeah. Premature coffee and sugar.
Yeah.
I like my sugar with coffee and cream. See, you know what I'm thinking of doing for cosplay next year at the Boston Comic Con? Spider-Boy 2099.
Is there an actual?
Of the amalgam stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a 2099 version.
Yeah.
That was actually in the comic. So,
okay. When you said Spider-Boy, I thought you meant the Steel Spider, that kid that like had an Otto Octavius type thing, but was Spider-Manning.
Peyton Manning?
Yeah.
Amadeus Cho?
Oh yeah, he's the Awesome Hulk.
And the Iron Spider suit? Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Amadeus Cho was in.
He was in the Idiots Club with like Frogman and.
Cho was?
No, the Spider Boy.
Steel Spider. Spider Boy.
Fat Spider Boy with octopus arms.
How is Amadeus Cho Hulk?
He is the 7th smartest person on the planet, and he was like best friends with Bruce Banner after World War Hulk stuff.
Yeah, but
butt stuff, radioactive.
Yeah,
Hulk semen.
In terms of how he got radioactivity and gamma, I don't know.
You have to read the comic.
Does he just have a way to do it, like on demand? I'm the Hulk now.
Streaming.
Yep.
Probably because he's so smart.
Netflix of superheroes.
And they always say he's 6th or 7th smartest. Which really makes
Depends on whether or not Mr. Fantastic has died.
Because I mean, who else? Fantastic, Doom.
Yep. Tony Stark.
Black Panther, Tony Stark, Hank Pym, Bruce Banner, Amadeus Cho.
Yeah, because like Peter Parker's pretty smart, but like I could see him still being in the top 10, but being knocked out by Rock Me Amadeus.
Yeah, but then I mean, what about the Mad Thinker? Is he not smarter than them?
The madness sort of, creeps in there.
Same with, I guess all the other all the smart bad guys are also kind of crazy.
Yeah,
like
so their judgment is clouded.
Except Doom.
Yeah.
Always Doom.
Even when it is, he just brute forces his way through it. No, I'm awesome. Don't worry about how I'm wrong. Just look at this cool time machine I made.
Yeah. Great, Doom. And you still can't win. I did see that Spider-Man's going to be like the new Tony Stark, though, in the comics now, because he has the big company that Otto had formed.
Yeah, so it's sort of like the One More Day future version of Splinter Mensch. I'm sure that's going to go to shit.
Yes.
It'd be great if he was an alcoholic, too.
Everyone's an alcoholic.
Get your own, friggin' Mr. Fantastic.
Have like a Weird World issue where everybody's an alcoholic except Tony Stark.
Whoa. What if?
Spider-Man sneaked it in the ass.